ladies and gentlemen, holy crap. I thought this moment would never actually happen, but the Carolyn and Joe Show is back. World, my name is Joe.
And I'm Carolyn.
And you guys, this has been forever, ever. I'm pretty excited, Carolyn. Actually, I don't know what to think, actually.
We're back with a vengeance.
Back with a vengeance. I thought, if we're going to come back, we might as well make it special. We might as well make the Carolyn and Joe Show slightly different. We might as well just turn a new leaf. I don't know what they say about it. What is the turning of the changing of the guard? However they want to describe it. Mm-hmm. So we're back. We're going to be changing, I guess, I want to change the intro. We're obviously now live on Instagram here too. If people are paying attention, we're recording this thing, watching our bars go back and forth, because we have bars that go back and forth as they listen to us as we record this show. But yeah, I don't even think I'm going to do that yell in the beginning anymore. I was
waiting for that. I was like, where's that going? Did that go away?
I don't know if the Carolyn and Joe Show needs it anymore. The Carolyn and Joe Show is probably going to be slightly different. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows really what's going to happen?
So, we have been away for a while. When was our last podcast? Was it like 2 months ago? 3 months ago?
No, it's over 6 months ago.
No, it wasn't. Yeah? Because we did that show about Charlottesville. And that was in...
That was August?
I don't know the exact date.
So that was probably 4 months ago?
No, it was less than that.
Because that was August though, right? August to now it's December.
Now you're making me look on the internet.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's been a while. It just felt, I don't know, for some reason, after doing those podcasts and for doing it for so long, I'll be honest with you, it felt a little bit of a challenge to find some sort of purpose in the whole entire world of podcasting.
Because everyone has a podcast.
That's true, because everyone does have a podcast, and we've been doing it for so long that it's sort of like, it started to wear itself. It started to eat itself from the inside. It started to becoming like some sort of job, or it started to feel like, is anyone really listening? It is a unique situation, because now I am looking back and forth at my phone and at the bars going down, seeing if we're recording it properly. Yeah, I mean, we got...
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're definitely recording. I mean, if we're not recording there, I mean, the people see we're recording. But yes, this is the Carolyn and Joe Show. My name's Joe Carabeo. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a photographer. I am a writer. And definitely, I am a podcaster. And across from me, one of the greatest minds that I've ever seen in my whole entire life, that I'll ever experience, is Carolyn Belefski. How's it going, Carolyn?
It's going good. It's I know it feels like a little rough because we haven't been on the air in such a while, but I'm still like loading this to see when the last time we
It doesn't really matter. You want to know all those statistics. I don't need statistics to know how to live. That's true. That's the main thing to take away from this. Is like I don't need all that.
Okay, so let's announce your brainchild about what we're going to do this month.
That's the whole reason why I decided, or we were already thinking about coming back out from the dark, from off the grid, but I needed something, because like for the past couple months I did Inktober, and that was the first time I ever did like the whole entire oh man, I did something for a whole entire month, and that felt pretty every single day, and that felt...
Explain to people what Inktober is if they're not familiar.
I mean, pretty simply, Inktober is every single day in October, you draw something using ink and paper. Pretty much, right? That's what Inktober, Inktober, draw with ink every single day. It's like a challenge. Can you do it every single day until the end of October? And that's the first year that that I took part in it. And I was already doing my direct inks every single day. So it sort of made sense that I should do Inktober, and I did it. It felt pretty good. It felt pretty challenging at certain points to try to do it at different places in my work when I was a different part of town, or who knows. I did it on a plane. I did it in a hotel. I drew all over the place. I did it in Whole Foods. I was just, I was drawing, and I was already doing direct ink, so I was partially already doing that. But not only that, but even before that, I was already doing like the planking challenge, where I'll do planks every single day, and I felt like I was pretty good at doing something like daily, I guess, a routine of some sort.
You wanted to be challenged in some type of small mini project, and there are a lot of things going on. Like you can see there's so many communities, like there's a lot of 365 projects and monthly projects. So now we're going to turn this into.
But now, see, I was thinking of like you got Inktober, I was doing the planking challenge, but I was like, why don't we, because the Carolyn and Joe Show hasn't been around for a while, for a couple months, let's just bring back the Carolyn and Joe Show in like full-fledged, full-court press. And I don't know if anyone's even created this yet, but I was like, let's just call it, Podcember, right? And let's just do a podcast every freaking day until, the end of December, until December's done, until 2018, pretty much, until the end of the year. So
how are we spelling Podcember? Because I actually haven't even looked it up to see if other people started it, or is it going to be Pod December? Like you share the D.
I spelled Podcember as Podcember.
Okay.
Podcember is pretty much how I did it.
But also it could be like...
No coulds. That's how it is officially.
But pod, like December, but with the words P-O in front of it.
No, that's just overthinking it. Just Podcember. We're just going to keep it simple. No one's going to... It doesn't matter about all these new additions and definitions. Podcember. I don't know if there's already a hashtag, but I already hashtagged it. Hopefully, if it was, I just hijacked it, but we started that. Podcember.
Okay.
A podcast every single day, a new podcast every single day in the month of December. For the whole entire month. Just like Inktober, where you do a drawing every day, Podcember, you will do a podcast every single day.
So are you challenging other podcasts to
care.
participate?
Maybe, who cares? It's a challenge for us. It's the Carolyn and Joe Show's Podcember, right?
But if I just want to throw it out there, if other people want to join in, then go for it.
Yes, I'm not telling you to, but we're doing this thing.
And we're starting Podcember.
Yeah, we're starting Podcember, whether it was there or not. December, Carolyn and Joe Show's Podcember. So a podcast, 31 days, 31 podcasts, and here we are.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing.
Also, just for edification and I guess journal history of the show, our last show was August 25th, 2017. Right. So it's been 3 months.
Yeah, that's a long time.
It is a long time.
But even before then, it was sparse. There was a couple, then.
Yeah.
So it was like that was like probably one episode in probably 6 months or so, like that.
I think we did.
It doesn't matter. It wasn't weekly.
See, because
I'm not Mr. Detail Orient. I'm just saying that Podcember is happening, and we're going to stick to that.
This current episode is episode 404.
Yes. So 404 Podcember.
We've been doing several hundred episodes so far. So at this point, I do want to, there did come a time where it was like, we need to get back into the podcasting because, I missed it and we got very busy. But see, I wasn't really... We never, turned our back on it.
But I sort of did, and I didn't really miss it.
Oh, really?
I didn't really miss it at all. Because there's so many things I had to, I actually enjoyed having a little bit of a break. But then, I didn't want to come back until I actually felt like I needed to come back and do a podcast.
Yeah.
And before, there was just so much noise out there that it's like, am I going to be adding to it? And yeah, and of course I'm clearly going to be adding to it. There's millions of podcasts out there, and everyone has their own everyone has a specialty podcast where they're telling crime or they're talking to people and stuff like that. Our podcast has always been about it hasn't been about our life, but it's just it's the Carolyn and Joe Show. It's what's going on in our heads.
It's just
right
whatever
now.
We want to talk about.
And at that point, there wasn't really a reason for me. I wasn't burned out. I guess I was sort of burned out, but I was also sort of tired.
I mean, also if you do over 400 episodes for several years and you're basically doing an episode a week, it's rough. But now we're challenging ourselves to do an episode every day for a whole month. Yeah, so there's that.
I feel like that's a good way to go for it. Go big or go home. At least I'd say I've never done that before, and who knows if I'm even going to make it through this.
I guess we'll find out.
I have no clue whether I'm going to make it, but yes, this is the first episode of Podcember. Carolyn and Joe Show are going to attempt to do a podcast every single day. For every single day in December. So there's 31 days in December, 31 podcasts. I have no idea what we're going to talk about, but it's going to be slightly bit different. We're not going to go on completely massive tangents. We're probably going to cap it off at a certain time, but we're not going to we're going to maintain our steam. We're going to make it manageable. Hopefully, I don't know. Who really knows what's going to happen? We can keep on talking forever. But we have certain goals and we have certain ideas, and that's how it's gonna go. Podcember, episode 1. Thank you for listening to the 10-minute intro. Of course, the song you heard at the beginning of the show was Monday Mistress. I play bass, and I also wrote that song. The song is called Run. You can buy it at mondaymistress.com, iTunes, wherever you can buy music. That song is there. Go buy it. Put a little change in my pocket. Why not? Put a little change in all of our pockets. And here we are. Carolyn definitely had reasons to come back, and she had a lot. She would always say, like, should we do a pod? Should we do a pod? Should we do a pod? Carolyn has stuff to say. All my stuff is going to probably be angry. But Carolyn, what do you have?
Oh, well, just like some housekeeping up front. Like literally tomorrow, on Saturday, December 2nd, 2017, we are doing our last comic show of the year. Is it really? Yeah, it's Comics at McKay. And it's a really cool venue. We've done this show twice before. It's McKay Used Books in Manassas. And like basically their whole setup is really cool. It's like you come in, you can bring like old books, CDs, movies, a whole bunch of stuff. Check their website to see like what's accepted and what's not. And it's kind of like the DMV that, you know, you come in with a bin, you give them what's in your bin, they give you a number, and you wait around for like roughly an hour. Yeah. And then they can either give you store credit or a check of like, depending on how you want, you know, to reciprocate the money. And basically you get rid of your old stuff and you can get cash for it, or I mean a check for it, and you can also get store credit to get more stuff, you know. So I don't know, I think it's a really cool store. There's like a lot to discover there. You can go through aisles and aisles and aisles of books and movies and music. It's really cool, but we'll be set up near the front, and not only Joe and I are going to be there, but also Sean Cosley and his pal Julian are going to be there. So it'll be 4 comic creators that you can meet like this Saturday, tomorrow. So it's going to be awesome. So join us for Comics at McKay. We're going to be there from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. It'll be fun. I always meet really cool people there too. Yeah. So I'm excited. If you guys aren't doing anything tomorrow, it's a cool place to like find some really obscure Christmas gifts too. Yeah. And if you guys are watching live, I can see a few of you are live. Tomorrow means Saturday, not tomorrow Friday. We're recording this on Thursday, but not Friday, but Saturday. That gets so confusing. Okay. So Saturday, December 2nd. Yes. We're going to have our last tour date. Come meet us there if you haven't seen us I used to label this as sort of like mini con or small con, because it's just going to be the three of us, four of us represent, we're, you know, 3 of us entities representing our books at McKay's, which is one of the best used bookstores like in all of the world. And all of the land. So yeah, so definitely see us there. High five us, you know, buy some Sad Fish buttons, see what we got. And also if you high five me, just letting you guys know, I have been high fived by Jimmy Fallon before, so you can get some of the magic touch if you high five me. That's right. Because I have not washed my hands since then. I mean, I know it's kind of nasty, but how can you wash your hand after Jimmy Fallon touches? That's right. Punchline. There's the punchline, everybody. So, you know what's kind of messed up? Okay, like, let's just get into it. We also got to remember, Carolyn is also testing out new stand-up material on each one of these podcasts. I am? So whenever you hear a joke, you're going to see it on her stand-up in the future. I seriously didn't know I was doing stand-up. You always do stand-up. Do you think I would be good at it? Because part of me thinks that you hate my jokes. There's another joke right there. Oh my God. Okay, so like, this is so messed up. I hope I'm not going to like get in trouble for saying this, but like, it's our show. We can do whatever we want. So our producer over there says we'll never get in trouble. Never, ever. Never. So I just don't want to, I don't know, whatever. So, you know, with all these like allegations, like, you know. No, I don't know about any of these allegations. Like Matt Lawler. Why don't you tell me about all these allegations that are happening? Like, okay, so there's this huge thing that's going on in news and media right now because Harvey Weinstein was like outed as being like a really pervy sexual predator guy, and he was being Hollywood. But everyone already knew it. Like, I don't even know this guy, and like I knew that he was doing stuff like that. You know, like it's like it was like an open secret that everyone knew. Kind of like how like everyone knew that Amy Winehouse was like not doing very well, and everyone just like let her die. Sure. which is kind of sad. But
because they wanted to milk her for her money.
But it's crazy because like I don't even know Amy Winehouse. I don't know anything about her, and I knew she was gonna die.
Well,
so it's
you know what's funny? Everyone in this world is going to die. I know that too.
No, but like not like as early as she did. It's like she's on the brink of like, that does not look good. Can somebody help that girl? And it's like, I could have like got a plane ticket and like flown over to wherever she is.
Well, they were really happy to give her that Grammy though. That's really awards. That's all really people care about. They don't care about your health.
Care about awards.
They don't care about your health unless you get an award.
Well, anyway, back to what the whole allegations are. So like, all these, I guess, it's a rough situation because a lot of women have been mistreated in workplaces for a very long time. And now I guess women feel compelled to be brave and tell people about it and stand up for themselves, which there was a time, just a few decades ago, 20 years ago or such, people wouldn't believe women, or, it would be their fault because they wore a skirt. I don't know, just something, it would never be like.
And then the guys are like, well, it can't be my fault. I have a penis.
Yeah. So like stuff like that. So it's now we're living in like a more safe environment where women can like stand up for themselves and be like, hey, this happened, and people will actually listen now, which is awesome. Well, what's going on, obviously, I don't know if you've been under a rock. I'm assuming anyone who's listening to the show has access to the internet.
Well, hopefully they've been under a rock. It's been a horrible time to be outside the rock.
Yeah.
At least if you're at least like trying to not pay attention to any of that type of news.
It's crazy because like there's also like huger news stories in my mind that are going on, like all the North Korea stuff, and like there's crazy world global conflicts going on, and then everyone's just talking about like what Matt Lauer is like up to in his office.
Yeah.
And it's like if you were to ask me last week, which is really crazy because he was hosting the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and there was a moment where I was watching him and I was like, when's he's next? Like I was kind of like thinking that, and one of my coworkers thought the same thing too. It's just odd because you're like looking at him and I'm like, something's creepy.
It just always
the next one.
It always just feels to me anyway. Any guy that's in power, those are always the common things that it's like they have to always battle that, or not even battle that. They just give into it.
Yeah, it's rough though because we did have a discussion at work about like how if the guy is like looks hot, I guess, like a Leo DiCaprio or something. His name didn't come up, but like. It's like tons of women would throw themselves at him. So he probably doesn't have that problem of like trying to find women. But a lot of these guys that are coming out of like having these allegations, like in my opinion, they're not like horribly, well, maybe Harvey is, but like they're not like super horrible looking, but some of them like they're not as handsome as like Leonardo DiCaprio or such. But I guess that could happen to anybody, Like even if like the hottest guy ever was like, come and like let's talk business, I'll come to your room, and then like not like go to his room and he's like naked, I'll be like, what are you doing? That's
what you'll say. Like, oh, what are you doing, sir?
No, I'd probably be actually so shocked that I wouldn't say anything. Like I'd just be like like these when these moments happen.
That's your response to anything weird.
What just happened? Yeah, so
I guess.
No, it's like you get stuck in this moment because you think that it's all professional, and then you're like looking at some guy's junk and you're like, why? Like it's like what was sad to me was Louis C.K. Like I know comedians are freaky and weird and stuff like that, but it was very sad when I found out about that one and the John Lasseter one. Like I was just like, why, man? Why you gotta ruin Pixar? Like, I was like, I like your Hawaiian shirts and all, dude, but like, why, you know what I mean? I love animation. Why you gotta be like that?
I just think it's so pathetic. Whenever anyone asks me my opinion, I'm just like, that's so pathetic. It literally, to me, it literally is. This is the only game that these guys have. Oh, hey, miss, can I just masturbate while looking at you? It's like, why can't you take a photo and take it home?
It's like
you can't
go
just
home,
do that.
Get a girlfriend. Like there's so many solutions to these problems, but I guess some of these guys are like married and stuff, have kids even.
But it's also like these people need that power trip. You know what I mean? It's like they're so empty inside that they really need that power trip to be able to like I have conquered women. I have conquered women with my penis. Take a look at it. Here it is. I won.
Also, not just that. Like, it's like they've obviously worked hard to be where they are in their career. It's almost like you got to be careful, and you don't want to like make a couple mistakes and like just throw that all away. Like, to me, that seems stupid.
Well, apparently they thought it was okay.
Like, to me, that's just stupid.
I think it's pathetic. It's pathetic.
And so, okay, so getting to the main beef of what we're doing here is, so
what are we doing? What are we doing?
So we have this thing called SAPP, and it's called Sexual Assault Prediction Poll.
Sexual Assault Prediction Poll.
Yes. And what we're doing is we're going to pick the next people.
Great.
Like,
because that's exactly what I want to think about every single day.
because that's what we do. But I'm just going to read off, like, I have some pals that, like, we put together a list of who might be next. And if any of, and I guess, like, our deal is, like, there's no money involved. We're not like gambling or anything. It's kind of like it's like Deadpool, but we're like picking who's next, type deal. And we're like, like it's more just like for the spontaneity of it, and for like just how like this whole thing is so absurd the way people are acting, that it's almost like if we can predict who's next, then it's more of like just a pat on the back to be like, wow, you got it right.
So you're trying to do like Minority Report with the sexual predators.
Yeah, so
that's
like
literally what it is.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to read off some of the names on here. We don't have them all figured out in the pool yet, but I'm just going to read some names
That's
off.
what it is. You're trying to precog who's going to be. So, but it sucks because that just means females are getting hurt. Yeah.
That's like, that was the other flip side of doing this, because I was like, man, that sucks, because like people are super, like I feel like I've, hashtag me too. Like I've been through it too. And then also when any name comes up, like I think about like my situation, which wasn't even like as like horrible as this, like it's, it's still bad, but it wasn't like, like nothing actual like super like sexual really happened, but like it was enough that it was like, where's this headed, so it's scary, and it puts you like you don't really want to work, and it's like you want the workplace to be a nice environment for everybody, so obviously like women are hurt by it, and it's sad.
Which is the amazing part, is that like a lot of times film sets or any film production or entertainment business, that's just not how the workplace is. It's a freaking circus, man.
It is. Well, and I find it interesting that a lot of it is, happening even with these broadcasters too, like the guy that used to do Prairie Home Companion, like Chris Thiele from, what's that band? Nickel Creek, like just took over his job like a couple of years ago or a year or so ago, but I wonder if that has anything to do with it. But, yeah.
So that's what now, it's like everything is like everything now has to be like sexual assault or sexual harassment. Like, I feel like that's the answer. Everything that's bad is happening. It's like, a president attempted rape. It's like everything. It's like, what is that? All people are doing on their off time? That's what makes it feel. So. It makes it feel like, okay, so you can't get a chick, so now you gotta sexually harass her. Oh, the only way you know how to tell jokes is to sexually harass people. The only way to try to talk to a girl is you gotta sexually harass her or pull your dick out. It's like, what's again? It's so pathetic, and it's so like. It's so uncreative at the same time.
Yeah, and the whole thing of like pulling the D out, it's like, honestly, I don't get that. Like, that is not a turn on. Maybe just me, but I feel like I'm speaking for almost every woman. Is that like that's not a turn on?
It's like does that ever work? Does that ever work to anybody?
If you get sent like a dick pic, like does that? I don't know.
That's like, the same thing.
I'm like, why? Why? No one wants that. Like, seriously, if the hottest guys in the world, if like young Elvis Presley or like John Stamos sent me a dick pic, like I would be like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, but see, if a girl to like take a tit pic, boobs make people happy. I don't think penises make people happy.
I don't want to see it. Like, put it away. I don't care who you are. Like, it's just not appropriate if anything, for like like it's just not appropriate.
Like boobs make the world happy. They heal the world. But like penises, dicks, I feel like they cause so much trouble.
It's like put them away.
It's like they cause like just it's weird. They should be. I don't think they should be cut off. But I feel like
Lorena Bobbitt.
Penises in this type of world, penises like lead to so much trouble. That's why there's so many awesome lesbians now. It's like there's boobs and vaginas. They never get people in trouble, but like a dick gets people in trouble.
So back to the SAPP.
Dicks are trouble.
I just want to get your thoughts on the SAPP list that we have going on here.
I don't like it already.
You don't like it? Well, I'll just run by some names. Dan Schneider.
I don't know who that is.
I think he's like the Washington Redskins coach.
Does not matter to me.
All right, Joe Biden.
Wait, what am I supposed to give my opinion on this list of who are the next potential people to have sexually harassed somebody?
Yeah.
Now what counts?
Like
anything?
A woman stepping forward and accusing
and saying like that person sexually harassed me.
Yes.
The thing is that could be anybody.
Okay, well.
That's
it could be anybody, but these are the ones that we feel like could be creepy a little bit. Joe Biden.
What, should he or should he not?
No, like he's on the list.
Is he on the list?
Yeah.
I mean, any politician is probably on the list.
All right, Ben Affleck.
I don't know. He's Batman.
Yeah, that's a big one. Alec Baldwin.
Probably. I don't know. See, I don't like doing this though. I don't like accusing
Yeah, it's
people.
hard. It's hard.
No, it's not hard, but it's also
I mean, it's like I'm putting it out there to be like, maybe you.
No, see, that's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't want it like to come back at me and be like, you accused me, and then I'm like, we're just playing a game.
No, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if we're just playing a game. I don't like saying like, you look like someone that's going to sexually harass somebody. That's not the type of person I am. You know, it's not like. I don't like doing that because there's so many people that look like if you really think about it, there's so many people that do, even on the female side. But like I don't want to be like, oh yeah, he's next. That's the next person. That's to me that's sort of shallow, and I can't really partake in that.
So you're out.
I'm out because I want a better world.
I respect that.
I want a better world. I don't want to continue the trend.
I feel like doing the SAPP list is like. I know it's kind of creepy. It's like a hit list, and it's like nuts like that.
But it's also like judging people already. It is. You know?
But at this point, it's almost like I can see like Alec Baldwin like hosting an SNL and being like, "Can survey says like can I see such and such on the board?" And then it's like ding ding ding. Like I can see it be a skit.
No, but if you see it as a skit, that also counts as like slander too. That can also instantly, while listing someone, that can also like. But it's like it is accusing them, and it is sort of like outing them without outing them.
Yeah, there's no proof behind it, and it's just like an observation to be like.
But people will already take it because they're so gullible as it is these days that no matter what you can say, you can say that. Look what happened to Lena Dunham. Lena Dunham got destroyed too. So.
Yeah, I don't know the full story. So what happened? Something happened on her set, and then she defended it.
I don't know. It just shows the fact of like no one's safe really.
No one is safe.
People will tear you apart. People will tear me apart. People tear you apart. It's such a. It's pathetic. It's what it is, But
it is kind of sad that that's kind of like.
But I don't want to point to people.
You're right.
I don't want to point people who potentially are good people.
You're right.
I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, that definitely. It's like I was like, especially anybody.
But you know what would freaking devastate me though, honestly, because I don't really like to. Like, I don't really care that much about celebrities. Like, I will pay some attention to it, but I'm not, like, putting celebrities on pedestals. But, like, there are a few celebrities that I really do like a small handful. And if, like, something came out about them being, like, pervy and, like, assault people and stuff, like, I will be so upset if, like, either Vince Gill or Jimmy Fallon or like someone from Good Charlotte was on that list.
Well, see, that's what's
like I feel like I would cry.
See, that's the bad part now is that it's sort of like making you lose hope in people, and I don't want to continue that. It's like, well, it's like, okay, those people need to sort themselves out, but at the end of the day, it's like I don't want that to be part of my life. I don't want to go and sexually harass anybody. Maybe I'll mentally abuse people, but that's just what I do.
Oh my god.
I'll do that like the Sam Raimi style, but like that's all in good fun. But like it's like why do I want to, why I don't need that type of hit list. I'll put that in my stories, yeah. But like to to out people who
who didn't do anything
who
yet.
didn't do anything yet. It's sort of like it's.
But it's more like, in a way, you know how, like, I am kind of twisted with comedy where, like, something bad will happen.
Yeah,
and
but
then,
there's
like,
a thing
I'll
called
laugh.
karma, too.
No, it's true. And then, like, I'll laugh at it because that's, like,
But
mentally.
you laugh at anything, though.
But, like, perhaps. But mentally, like, that's my way of dealing with it. So it's almost like the list is, like you said, it's, like, this precognition of, like, oh, man, if this person's next. Like, I swear I felt like Matt Lawler, or whatever his name is. Like, when I was watching the parade, I was like, this guy's next.
Yeah, and then what?
I don't know. I got vibes from it.
Yeah, but then what? He's next. Now what?
Well, he got pinned.
And then what?
There's going to be more. I feel like heads are going to roll, man.
Yeah, but then what? What's this going to lead to?
It's almost going to be like, I hate to even say it, but you know how, like, there's always these mass shootings recently, or not just recently, but, like, you know, there's, like, I think there's something like 300 mass shootings already in America this year so far.
Yeah, and imagine how a million times worse it is outside of America.
Probably depends what country, but, like, yeah, there's
like all the countries, man.
I don't know. Canada doesn't have as many mass shootings.
Yeah. They don't. Pretty nice people. But go to Egypt, go to Africa, go to all those places. People are getting bombed, and people like it's almost like lives don't even matter.
Yeah, that and I've had that thought last week. Like, it's like, what's the price of life? Like, certain people might have a very lavish life and, you know, extraordinary life. And
what is the price of life?
Yeah, they're very valued. And then you might have some other people where it's like, oh, it's a girl, kill her. Like,
yeah,
the baby lives for like a minute and then like, oh, we don't want her because she's a girl.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's like, that's weird too, you know? Like, a woman's life isn't valued in certain countries.
Or just human life in general. Or just like if you're a boy or a girl. It's like, yeah, that's, you know, these are the things that we're surrounded by. So it's almost like we do have to have the change always starts with you. You know? Do you want to, you know, throw wood on the fire? Or do you want to like just walk a different lane? That's really the daily. I don't know. It's you could be excited about it. You can make a joke about it, or you can, you know, feel it to write a story. I react differently towards when I hear the news. I tend to throw that into make my commentary into either part of a podcast or majority of the time part of a story that really can mean something. Because I don't know, like. The fact that you brought up that like that now we can do a game. Who's gonna be next? It's like guessing who's gonna die. You know, because all these people getting outed it's yeah, what they did is horrible. All the stuff that's happening is horrible, but none of it is gonna lead to anything good.
But it's almost like the creepiness of it. Like, for example, like, I don't know how much you read about Matt Lawler, but like
nothing.
Dude, he had a button in his office. It was like, this is like almost Wonka-esque, where like he can press a button on his desk and it would lock the door from the inside. So he would have like women in his office like locked in. Like, you know what that is? That's an effing trap.
It is a trap. That's exactly what a trap is.
Like, why would you have a button on your desk to lock the door?
Who
needs that? That's a crazy person.
Who approves of this? Why are we giving these people this power?
I don't know, and he's also getting paid like $20 or $25 million a year.
I mean, he does his job every single day, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, but that's a very high price tag. And I know he's like one of the faces of that news organization.
Well, I always figure money and all of that is not based on, it's negotiations. You know, it's not like, oh yeah, he works, he's this good. It's like, no, he was able to negotiate that. So,
and also to like just have that persona of like, hey, I'm a good guy, like, you know, and then meanwhile,
you're not going to put over a bad guy on Good Morning America,
of course,
or whatever show that is.
But like, you know, it's Today Show.
Yeah, whatever.
But like, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. It's very creepy though.
It is, and it's pathetic.
And it's also like with all the staffers and interns and stuff. It's like, I guess
the entertainment world has like its own rules that right now need to like we're in like a turning zone, because really we've been hearing these types of stories forever.
Yeah.
You know, since freaking Black Dahlia, since like all that, so many stories. Even you had Howard Hughes with the creepy stuff over there. You know, it's like these are things that movies have been made after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just now is a prime now because women are strong these days. They're standing up for each other, or they're standing up for themselves, or someone saw a crack in the dam and then just blew it down, you know?
But you know what? Still, for every person that does blow it down, there are people that do not believe people's stories, and the women feel too shy to tell it because they don't want to seem like something something happened to them, you know? So it's kind of slept under the rug still, and it's not.
Well, because they're sweeping it under the rug, and then other people are sweeping it under the rug. People just don't want to deal with problems.
It's the whole thing is messed. Like I just
no, it's pathetic. It's really pathetic because
or even
people
like
don't
Cosby. I can't imagine like drugging people to like have sex with them. That's freaking crazy.
No, it's not crazy. It's pathetic.
It
really is pathetic. It's not crazy. It's pathetic. What's so crazy about it? He was in his right mind to do it. And he was doing it on his own will. It's not crazy. You don't really freaking know what you're doing.
And it's pathetic. It's not even just like one instance, which is bad enough. But it's like enough that it's like several women, like dozens and dozens. Like like it's ridiculous. I just can't even imagine doing it once, let alone like how many other times.
I just feel like the only word I can ever use is just. These are just like little people. You know what I mean? These are just little people, and this is the only thing that makes them feel good.
Yeah, you're right. It is like that power trip. Like think about all these people. They're like at the top of the game of their industry. Like Bill Cosby, top of the game at that time. He had his TV show. He had the animated show. Fat Albert. He had like so many things going for him. He was like America's family dad, you know? John Lasseter, he's like king of animation. He's like, I don't know, I don't want to prop him up too much, but he's like the Walt Disney of our time, you know? Like that's huge.
Well, I don't look forward to seeing more names. I'm not saying it's bad that these women are standing up. It just, to me, yeah, they should all, you know, heads should roll, because no one should treat people like, you know, like like lower class. No one should treat people like shit. No one should belittle each other.
And the other thing is, I don't even think that they actually like loved or liked these women. I think that they were just like getting their jollies from oh, because I can.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, if you had any respect for any of these women, you would like ask them on a proper date. You know, and also, obviously, a lot of these guys are like married and such, but like that's a whole other issue. But if you want to like actually be with a woman like properly, then treat her like a lady and go ask her out on a date. But really, don't trap her in your office or such. You know, like that's
I feel
messed
like
up.
I feel like at the end of the day, this is all just another level of power tripping. You know, this is just like because I can. You know, that's what it is. Because I can. I want to see some titties now. You know. Who's going to stop me? I want titties now.
It's pretty messed.
It's pathetic. It's not a mess. It's pathetic. Because it's still part of human nature, which is the horrible part of it. But it's just pathetic in a way that's like, oh, they got to go that route. They gotta be like that. I don't appreciate any of their actions at all. Because then they just tainted the water. You know? You couldn't just be why is it so difficult? I guess it really is difficult to be a good person, you know?
Yeah, it is. I feel like very good people are hard to come by these days. Like,
and we don't even appreciate them when they're there.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you did all this great stuff. Okay, bye. Whatever. See you never.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like,
that's what it is exactly.
Or like they just like, you're such a good person. You cross like your T's and you dot your I's, and then like when it comes down to it, people just expect that from you because you're already so good.
It's like when you do a good job, no one notices it. When you do a bad job, people notice it. That's the hard part.
That's so.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I don't know if I'm gonna partake in that game. I'm gonna probably partake in other games.
I respect that you did not partake in it, even though like in part of me, I know it's horrible, but part of me was like, that's a fun way to deal with it. I know it's horrible though.
A fun way to deal with it, or a better way for me to deal with it is. I feel like I'm going to write a story in the next couple of days or in the future that just have, like, all those people just getting demolished by a giant robot. Something like that. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's day one. Day one. Podcember. Day one. You can check out my work at joecarabeo.com. Also go astray.tumblr.com. Check out Carolyn's work. Where can we find your work, Carolyn?
I'm at carolynbelefski.com. I'm also on all the socials at Carolyn Belefski. Check it out.
Yeah. I think we're going to go for this. We're going to go for this.
Only 30 more left.
Only 30 more left. Every single day.
Your daily dose of the Carolyn and Joe Show every day in December.
That's right. Podcember. My name is Joe.
And I'm Carolyn.
Be excellent to each other, damn it. What? Is that so hard? Is that so hard? Is it? My name is Joe.
And I'm Carolyn, and you're bona fide.